What's up guys? Sean the Razor here, and today I'd like to talk to you guys about level of confidence when tracking your macros, which I think is very important because a lot of people will kind of get burnt out counting macros, and usually it's because they get overly obsessed with it and it just kind of takes over their life. So I want to kind of explain to you guys my philosophy on that and what I like to call the LOC, which is the level of confidence that you have in your macro numbers. And I think a lot of you can kind of get where I'm kind of going with this. But as we go into contest prep and we start prepping for our show, or as we start dieting, our confidence level can be somewhat lower, but we're going to need to increase that, especially as we get closer to our contest, okay? And part of the ways we increase our level of confidence is eat foods that are easier to count and compensate for. For example, if we're trying to be more confident with our numbers, going out to eat somewhere is probably not the best thing. You know, a lot of you are probably thinking, well, Sean, you went out to eat at McDonald's and Wendy's and Arby's during your contest prep. If you guys are thinking that, yes, you are correct. And really, I didn't do it very often. And as I got closer to my contests, I really did that very rarely, very rarely. Even though, in my opinion, some of the food items I get from, let's say, McDonald's, I think is fairly accurate and fairly consistent. You know, so some of the things that might not be so consistent is, you know, maybe something at a restaurant, anywhere where they may use oil or butter, that can be fairly inconsistent. So that can be hard to track. But back on track here. So if you're getting ready for a contest, you know, you're counting your macros, you're hitting your numbers every day, your level of confidence should be fairly high. You know, if you're dieting for a contest, it should be fairly high. Now, as you get done with your contest, let's say you're going up to your contest here, you're very close to your contest, your level of confidence should be at its highest, you know, because that accuracy is going to count, you know, and it could be very important. Could be the difference from looking very good and pretty good, you know, depending on where you're at and what you're doing. Okay, so let's think of it as an off-season stance here. When you get done with your contest, usually the plan of attack for an athlete would be to reverse out of the contest season, get their body fat, get their metabolism back up to a healthy rate, and do that while minimizing fat gains. Okay, and this could take different time frames for everyone. Some people choose not to do this. Some people go crazy on food after contest, which can be very damaging as far as body fat goes. I mean, you can put on a lot of body fat very quickly if you're not careful. You know, so a lot of people can put on 40-50 pounds in a short amount of time, you know. And so most people try to avoid this. You know, my stance on it is to reverse out, kind of get everything back up to a healthy rate. And then after you're done reversing, then if you want to go crazy on food every once in a while, you want to have a good time with food, go for it. It's going to have much less of an impact after you reverse. So That's my stance on it. And not only that, your hunger levels are completely different. You know, when you're coming out of a contest, when you've been in a deficit for a long time, you get hungry and you stay hungry pretty much no matter what you eat. So the amount of food that you can eat right after a contest is going to be more than after you reverse and you're back up to a healthy metabolic rate and body fat. So keep that in mind. Okay, so let's say you were done, you reversed, you're back at a healthy rate. Now I feel as if your confidence level could be lower. So we've done a contest, confidence level is way up here, we're counting our macros to the T. We get done with our contest, reverse out, we're fairly confident, you know, maybe instead of 95% confidence, we come down to 85% confidence, you know, we reverse out, and then we're at a rate, we're at a point where we can actually drop that even lower if we like, without stressing, you know. And in my opinion, that's much better than saying F it and just kind of not counting anything, because if there's no accountability, then we can't really guarantee if we're going to gain weight, lose weight, any of those factors. I guess we could guarantee we're going to gain weight if we just eat a lot of food. But again, a lot of people would argue if that's optimal, because you're going to be gaining probably more fat than you have to. So that's really up to you guys. But I think that goes over all the points I wanted to cover. Again, to summarize, this is just my philosophy. When you're dieting, your level of confidence on your macros should be a lot higher than when you're not dieting, and that way you have more balance and you don't feel so restricted and so neurotic when you're counting your macros. Like I said, a lot of people get worn out, and I think that's the reason why. So you know, if you guys can kind of do that level of confidence, not dieting, maybe a little bit lower of level of confidence, and you're okay with it. When you're dieting, again, higher level of confidence, because you know, the little changes that we make when you're dieting kind of have a bigger impact, you know. Alright, so I hope that kind of makes you think a little bit, puts things in perspective. If you guys have any questions about anything I said in this video, go ahead and comment below. Sometimes I feel like I try to make these videos and I just go in circles in my head, so if I didn't make any sense at all, let me know as well. But you know, hopefully I conveyed some kind of thought-provoking knowledge here. So other than that, until next time, stay sharp, my friends.